I'm Ajal, and today we're interviewing Tessa Virtue, and I'm here with Haley Cocker, a co-organizer of Grow Girls 2019, and McKenna Hall, who founded this event last March. So we just have some questions for you, Tessa. Did you have a female role model or mentor when you were growing up? If not, how may you have benefited from this?
I grew up with such strong female forces in my life. My grandmother, my mom, and my sister, who were all feminists and all really inspired me to kind of live my truth, and they made me feel like anything was possible. And I didn't realize how lucky I was until I got older, and I felt, wow, I'm so privileged to have grown up with that surrounding me at all times. But I think we can all benefit at all times in our lives, right? I mean, I have gone through this phase of amassing mentors even now as an adult, and I think just creating that support network is so empowering for females, and we need it. We need to come together. We're stronger together, and I mean, this is incredible. I hope you're so proud of what you've all done and creating this event. It's invigorating and it's rejuvenating, and it's really inspiring to see this next generation.
Thank you. This question is, have you faced any challenges in your career as a woman compared to someone like Scott Moore who may have not faced the same challenges?
It's a great question, and I'm a unique case because I've lived my whole career with a male counterpart, and everything we've done together, every training session, every competition, every accolade we've achieved has been together. And yet the perception is often different. I think how it's covered in the media is quite different. There's sometimes a focus on his accomplishments and my appearance. I think that's seen across the board in how females are covered as athletes. But that conversation is starting to change. I mean, events like this are helping to change that narrative, which it so desperately needs. The culture is starting to shift, and at least we're becoming more cognizant of it. But I think, you know, as women, we're pitted against one another from such an early age. It becomes a competition, and for boys in sport, it's a brotherhood. It's this supportive sort of, you have this camaraderie, and it's a team, and I always envied that, and I hope that can change within figure skating, but also female sports as a whole. But it will take some time.
Yeah, of course. And McKenna's going to ask you the next one.
Do you have any words of wisdom to young girls who aspire to reach a goal that may seem unattainable?
I think a goal worth pursuing probably seems unattainable. You know, when you at the onset, it can be daunting. And the interesting thing is, now in my career, I can honestly say that it's not about the medal, it's not about the podium, or it's not about any kind of external validation. It's the satisfaction of having worked hard. The joy really lies in that hard work. It's in the grit and the grind, and in those days when you don't think you can push through, and those accumulate, and then ultimately you reach this goal, and you realize, wow, it was the process, and all of those cliched trite sayings suddenly make a lot of sense about the journey, but it's really true. And I think if you can harness into that commitment to the process and the details, then any kind of pursuit of a goal becomes significant and meaningful. And I think that's all we want, right? As humans, we just want meaning attached to everything we do.
How do you focus on your own personal wellness when balancing your career and personal life?
Ooh, balance. I think as females, that's sort of a buzzword, right? And we never feel we're doing it well enough. And there's always guilt, no matter what. I think being selfish is a fear of ours. And I say of ours generalizing as females, but I think it's probably across the board that self-care seems selfish. And when in reality, we have to take care of ourselves mentally, emotionally, and physically in order to present our best selves to the world, and in order to be of use to anyone around us. I think setting time aside to just reconnect, reflect, and decompress is important to me. And that often means, I don't know what you guys are like, but a digital detox, like getting away from a phone or device and diving into a good book, or surrounding myself with friends. I think I so often prioritize work that sometimes I forget to also have a social life, and I'm learning to find that balance. But it is important, and you know, I think we have to just relieve ourselves of that guilt and be okay with of taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so how would you apply the Fit Spirit values of move, inspire, motivate to your life outside of work?
Well, so much of my life in work has been to move. You know, it's been to be physically active, and I'm grateful for that. But now that that's not such a core, integral part of my life as an athlete, I get to explore new ways of feeling my body move through space and being physically active without the pressure of being functional on the ice or trying to be the best ice dancer, which is so specific in the world. I can just feel good in my body and learn to take care of myself in that way. I think I'm so inspired by movement. I'm inspired by sport. I'm inspired by the impact it can have on people's lives, and also how we can come together. I mean, I've been a team of two for such a long time, but we had a greater sort of entourage of people helping us, and I think, you know, for young girls experiencing sport, that's one of the huge benefits is creating a network, creating a team, getting a sense of unity so that we don't feel so alone, right?
Okay, thank you for answering our questions, and you've been wonderful today, and we're so glad that you came out to support us. Like, not only do we look up to you, but all the girls here really look up to you, and it was so amazing that you could take time out of your day to come.
It's mutual, and thank you for such thoughtful, insightful questions.
Yeah.
It's been so lovely hanging out with you.
Thank you.
Let's take this on the road. I think it's
Yeah, well, professional. We're at Calvary Church in Woodstock.
And we are the Girl Girls.
My name's Haley. I'm Emma.
I'm McKenna.
And this is for What's Up Oxford.